This is Wilbarger County cause number 28863, styled in the interest of Nikki Nicole and Powashik. Is that
Yes.
okay? De Santos, docketed in the 46th Judicial District Court of Wilbarger County, Texas. We are here on the Attorney General's notice of change of status and motion for further orders. Present in the virtual courtroom is Guadalupe De Santos. Mr. De Santos, are you ready to proceed?
Yes, ma'am.
Also present is Suzanne Del Santos. Ms. Del Santos, are you ready to proceed?
It's actually Quayar now, but yes.
Okay. And representing the Office of the Attorney General, Angela Ratliff, are you ready to proceed?
The state is ready, Your Honor.
You may proceed.
The state calls Guadalupe De Santos.
Ms. Ms. Quayar, please raise your right hand.
No, sorry. Mr. De Santos.
Yeah. Oh, Mr. De Santos. I'm so sorry.
That's
Mr.
okay.
De Santos, I know you're on the phone, but can you please raise your right hand?
Yes.
All right. Do you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you provide in this matter will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Okay, you can lower your hand. You may proceed, Ms. Ratliff.
Sir, would you please state your name?
My name is Guadalupe De Santos Jr.
Okay, and you are the father of the two children in this case. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And how old are they?
They are, one just turned 15 and one is 17.
Okay. And do they currently live with you?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Did they previously live with the mother, Suzanne Quayar, formerly Suzanne Del Santos?
It's been over a year.
Okay.
That they've been.
Okay. So how did they come to live with you instead of the mother?
From the first beginning, or when CPS put them with me?
Well, explain to the court, how did they first come to live with you and when that was?
When they first came with me, it was in January of 23.
Okay, and why did they come to stay with you instead of mom?
Well, they were with mom at that time, but we celebrated New Year's, and I guess something happened between her and her ex-husband, and they placed them with me for the meantime.
Okay, when you say they, who are you talking about?
CPS.
Okay, and did they go back to live with mom after that, or have they stayed with you ever since?
No, they went back for, I wish I had my book with me. I have everything down. They went back for, I want to say about maybe a month or so, and then they called me back and had me go pick them up. Something about
okay, when you say they, are you talking about CPS?
No, I'm talking about Susanna and her husband, ex-husband.
Okay. So after about a month, you picked the children up again, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and then did they go back to live with her, or did they stay with you permanently?
No, they stayed with me until it was almost summertime, and then they went back, and then they came with me. They came with me in June, because June would have been my month to have them, and then they stayed with me in July, and then mid-August, they went back for school, and then they came back with me because some other incident happened in the house. I can't remember what it was.
Okay. So you had mentioned a few minutes ago there was a CPS case, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Did CPS eventually place the kids with you?
Yes, ma'am. They placed the kids with me December 22 of 23 is when the night they finally with me.
Okay. And is the CPS case closed now?
Yes, ma'am.
Did CPS tell you why they placed the kids with you?
Yes, ma'am.
Why did they place the kids with you?
Because Susanna thought that her ex-husband touched Nikki or did something to Nikki.
Okay. And are you requesting, do you believe the kids are safer with you?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Are they used to now living with you?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Are you wanting the court to appoint you as the conservator to have the exclusive right to determine the children's residence?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And you and the mother live in the same town, right?
Yes, ma'am, we do.
Okay. Do you live less than 50 miles from each other?
I'm not sure exactly where her residence is because she does have a house, but she lives with her boyfriend. It's like back and forth, so I'm not sure where she's at.
Okay. And at this point, do you know if Ms. Quayar or Suzanne Quayar is divorced from the person that perpetrated the crime against one of your kids?
Yes, they are divorced.
Okay. So because of that, what kind of visitation are you wanting the mother to have with the children?
I mean, I guess every other weekend, and I mean, she can see them whenever she wants. I don't want to take them away from her.
Okay, so you're okay with the standard possession order because this person's not out of the picture, correct?
Say that one more time.
You're okay with her having this unsupervised standard possession of the children because the person who she was married to is not out of the picture, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And how are the children insured for medical insurance?
They got disability Medicaid.
Okay. And where do you work?
At the Vernon State Hospital.
Okay. And do you know how much it would cost to put the kids on the health insurance at the state hospital?
No, ma'am, I sure don't.
Okay. If I looked it up and it said for 2024, it'd be $239.70. Does that sound about right?
Give or take, yeah.
Okay. And did you apply for Medicaid for the children?
Yes, ma'am. I'm in the process of redoing all the paperwork right now.
Okay. Have they qualified for Medicaid before?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. How much do you make at the state hospital?
I want to say about 22 a month.
Okay. Do you get a salary or do you get paid by the hour?
About an hour.
Okay. Do you know how much you make before taxes come out?
No, ma'am.
Okay. You don't have a pay stub there in front of you?
No, ma'am, I don't.
Okay.
I know. No, I don't have one. I know, let's say, like, one of my checks is $1,200, and then the other ones, I believe, $1,000. So I'm not sure what they take out exactly.
Is that before taxes and everything comes out?
No, ma'am. That's after taxes come out.
Okay, but you don't know what it is before taxes come out?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Is there anything you need to tell the court regarding any of these issues I have not asked you about?
No, not really.
Okay. The state passes the witness.
Ms. Quayar, do you have any questions of Mr. De Santos about what he just testified to?
Questions? I don't have questions. I mean, I would like to have a chance to say my part.
Okay, and you will get that opportunity. Mr. De Santos, you said the children were receiving a disability?
Yes, ma'am.
And is it based on their own disability?
Yes, ma'am.
And what is the disability that the children have?
Chromosome 13.
Okay, and how does that affect them?
Failure to thrive, and they're big words. I can't explain big words. I know it's big words.
Okay.
Me?
Will they be able to support themselves in the future?
No, no, no. They're the school's starting a work program, which they're gonna start doing it with them, try to teach them how to work it. But they're nonverbal, and they really depend on you a lot.
Okay. All right, Miss Ratliff.
And Mr. Del Santos, do both of the children have this disability?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And your oldest will be turning 18 in February, is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
But you expect her to still be in school, correct, for quite some time?
Yes, ma'am, because they got a program for them that when they graduate, they can stay there another 4 years.
Okay. The state passes the witness.
Okay.
Ma'am?
Next witness.
The state calls Suzanne Quayar, formerly Del Santos.
Okay, Ms. Quayar, will you raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you provide in this matter will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, you can lower your hand. You may proceed.
Ma'am, would you please state your name?
Suzanne Marie Quayar.
Okay, and could you spell that for me, please?
Cuellar.
Okay, and you are formerly Suzanne Del Santos, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And are you currently divorced from the person that caused the CPS case to come into being?
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
okay.
ma'am. That was finalized July 31st.
Okay. And you no longer have contact with this person?
No, I choose not to have contact with that person.
Okay. And can you assure the court that if the court grants you visitation that you won't have this person around the children?
Most definitely.
And what is his name?
Tommy Wayne Freeman II.
Okay. And you are requesting that the court deny the modification of who determines the children's residence because you want to have the children back in your home. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And why do you believe that they should live with you instead of the father?
The father, okay, let's go back. Very beginning. The reason why the kids were placed with Mr. De Los Santos for a short time in 23 was because we had discovered there was bed bugs in the home. So for their health, their safety, so we could get rid of that bed bug issue, I had called their father, told him what was going on, and said that I did not want them in the home due to the bed bug infestation. So he agreed that, having them out of the home was the best option for the simple fact of we didn't want them to get attacked.
Okay, let's not get too far off track. Okay, so you cleared up the bed bug problem?
Yes, we had cleared up the bed bug problem.
And then they came back to live with you?
Yes.
And why did they then again go live with that?
We had a domestic issue.
Okay, you and Mr. Freeman.
Correct.
Okay. And so they went to stay with dad for a while and then they came back.
Correct. When I got that situation cleared up, I got them back.
Okay. And then when did the CPS case start?
December 22nd, 23.
Okay. And that's when CPS placed the children with the father?
This is correct.
And why did they do that?
Case was opened up about a sexual abuse allegation against my ex-husband on our 17-year-old. At the time, she was 16.
Okay. And what happened to the CPS case?
I don't know. I was never notified during, before, or after. The only notification I got about the situation was that there was a call and concern about sexual abuse on my 17-year-old from my ex-husband at the time.
To your
It showed
knowledge,
up.
has Mr. Freeman ever been charged with a crime regarding that issue?
No, ma'am.
Okay. And do you currently also live in Vernon?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Do you live less than 50 miles away from the father?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And if the court determines that the children should stay with Mr. Del Santos, are you requesting that the court enter the standard possession order?
If the court finds to do so, yes.
Okay.
But I do know that during the CPS investigation, when Mr. Freeman was not supposed to be around the kids or not allowed around the kids, and Guadalupe was supposed to keep a really close eye on him, I know for a fact that Mr. Freeman had got close to the kids, took a picture with them during that CPS investigation, knowing he wasn't supposed to be around them. And Guadalupe was clear across on the other side of the building while the kids were left unattended.
Okay. And what's the nature of your children's disability?
They have chromosome 13 deletion. That is their standard diagnosis, which causes failure to thrive. They have GERD. They have multiple issues that all causes that. They have asthma. They have to be on a feeding. Well, one has to be on a feeding pump continuously every night. They have to have bolus feeds with a special formula as well. But some they'll drink that for the most part.
And are they both receiving Social Security disability because of their own disability?
Yes, ma'am.
And do you believe that Mr. Del Santos or yourself are better equipped to take care of all their needs?
Honestly, I think I would.
Okay, and why is that?
He is a good father. I'm not gonna lie. He is a good father. But there are some times that it's hard. He has his own medical conditions that's hard for him to stay awake. He has sleep apnea. So sometimes when he sits down, he just falls asleep all the time.
And you also work at the state hospital, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And you make $2,577.08 gross income per month, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And do you have any other children besides these two?
No, ma'am.
Do you know how much it will cost to put the children on health insurance at the state hospital?
Almost $400 a month.
Okay.
Actually, almost $400 every 2 weeks.
Okay. And after school, while you're still at work, who usually takes care of the children?
They get home health services.
Okay.
So there is a nurse that does help provide for care for them. If not, then we usually work out with somebody like my oldest daughter, my 23-year-old. She'll sometimes watch them if she's not working in the evenings, or the non-custodial parent will take care of them. Just usually whoever's available can watch them will watch them. But
Okay.
generally they have a nurse.
Okay. Is there anything else you need to tell the court regarding any of these issues I have not asked you about?
My concerns for them for that would be Mr. Freeman being around the kids constantly. He was around the girls yesterday afternoon.
Okay, well, how do you know that?
I was at my daughter's house to drop off some stuff for the new grandbaby, and he was sitting outside with my son-in-law.
Okay, and how?
And I know the kids were there because Loopy in the van was there with the kids, and he was there as well. I didn't stick around because I didn't want to be around Mr. Freeman.
Okay.
But I was upset that I didn't get to visit with the kids because he was there, and
okay.
It was a very upsetting ordeal yesterday.
Okay. The state passes the witness.
Mr. Del Santos, do you have any questions of Ms. Quayar?
No, I don't got questions, but I mean, I didn't know she was gonna go that deep into it, but
okay.
And I explained it today, or
okay, just a second, Mr. Del Santos. I'll give you an opportunity in just a second because I have some questions of you as well. Any other questions of Ms. Quayar, Ms. Ratliff?
No, Your Honor, no further questions.
Okay. Mr. De Los Santos, is there a reason that Mr. Freeman is around your children?
Yesterday, every day when I get off work, I go visit my oldest daughter and my granddaughter. And I always go pick up my grandson and everything. And then yesterday when we were there, I did not know that Tommy was there. He was outside the whole time when me and the girls were inside. And then when my oldest said, Mom's here, I was like, okay. I said, what is she here for? She was going to bring me, she brought something to her or something, I don't know. I was okay. So we stayed inside waiting, and she never came. And then, I said, well, why didn't she come inside? She said, because Tommy's outside. I was like, oh, okay. And then after that, I was like, come on, girls, let's go home. And we left. I mean, I can't stop him from going over there because my daughter's married to his son. So what we do is when we show up, he shows up, we leave.
Okay. All right. Anything further, Ms. Ratliff?
No, Your Honor. Nothing further from the state. State rests.
State has rested. That means they have no further evidence or testimony. Mr. De Los Santos, do you have any further testimony that you would like to share?
Yeah, where that part that she was saying that about the sexual deal on my daughter, when that case was going on, there was also a case going on with her. And the reason they did that is because the CPS caseworker told me that the night of, she claimed that it was Tommy that did something, but the following day, when she talked to her, she told them that she thought that maybe it wasn't Tommy, that it was somebody else. So they had to open a case on her to watch her. That's what took the longest on that case. So when they dropped his case, they were still looking at her case. And then they finally dropped it because they're concerned about why she would say something like that.
Okay. Anything else?
No, that's it.
All right. Ms. Quayar, do you have any further testimony?
Yeah, I wasn't aware of the case about them opening case against me till I talked to Mr. Guadalupe about sometime after everything started. We still communicated on the behalf of the kids and everything. And I was not aware of them opening a case because they didn't say anything to me about opening a case and watching me. So, I also wanted to notate this if I can. Okay, hold on. I'm trying to. Here we go. I got it. show this picture. This was during the investigation that Mr. Freeman was not supposed to be with the kids.
Okay, was he unsupervised, Ms. Quayar? Was there anyone else around?
Guadalupe was, hold on just a minute, let me get
Was that in
up.
a public place, Ms. Quayar?
Yes, ma'am. It was at Family Fun Zone in Wichita Falls.
All right.
Guadalupe was there, but he was further away from the kids.
Okay. Anything further?
Oh, Jesus. I do apologize. No, I do not.
Okay. Ms. Ratliff, any redirect on either one of these parties?
No, redirect, Your Honor.
Okay. All right. Close, Ms. Ratliff.
Your Honor, the state would request that the court make a determination as to the change of status in this case and which party should have the right to determine the children's residence, and that the party who is the non-custodial parent be ordered to pay child support in this case to the other parent, and that since I think state hospital insurance is slightly above 9% of gross income, that the court order the party that retains primary conservatorship to continue to apply for government health plan and order the other party to pay medical support of $50 a month. The state is requesting that court costs be ordered to be paid within a year from today's date, and that the court make the appropriate possession orders for the parties.
Okay. Well, and what are you requesting, Mr. Del Santos?
To have the girls and mom can see them every other weekend, and whenever she wants to call me and see them. Is that what you're asking, or?
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Anything else?
I mean, no, that's it. Because I've always told her I would never take them away from her like that, but I want to make sure that I have the girls and I know that they're coming home to me and she can see them whenever she wants and have her weekends with them.
Okay. And Ms. Quayar, what are you requesting?
I request conservatorship of the kids. I have never denied him, even before there was any child support case open. I've never denied him access to the kids. I've never denied him the rights to have the kids without supervision. He has. Prior today, he has not allowed me to be with the kids without him being there. I've never once did that with him. I've never once treated him as if he was the criminal, one. And with them being young ladies and having female issues that do arises occasionally, I know it's very uncomfortable for dad to deal with that. And I think it'd be much easier if they're with me and dad wouldn't have to worry about those lady issues or anything else that could come up.
Them issues are not a problem for me.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Del Santos.
I'm sorry.
All right.
I'm sorry.
I do find that there has been a material and substantial change since the prior order. Due to the safety and welfare of the children, I am actually going to name the two of you, Ms. Quayar and Mr. De Los Santos, joint managing conservators of the children. But I am naming Mr. De Los Santos the conservator with the exclusive right to determine the primary residence of the children, and will set a geographic restriction to Wilbarger and contiguous counties. I will order a standard possession order, and with the restriction that Tommy Wayne Freeman II, I know evidently he's connected to the family, but she'll never be alone with the children, and any possession or during any possession periods, Mr. Tommy Wayne Freeman should not be around the children. And that goes for both parties. When they're in possession of you, Mr. Del Santos, Mr. Freeman doesn't need to be around them. When they're with you, Ms. Quayar, Mr. Freeman doesn't need to be around them. I do find that the children are disabled and will need ongoing substantial care. I will order that Mr. Del Santos maintain health insurance through a government health insurance program, and that Ms. Quayar pay $50 per month cash medical beginning November 1st, 2024. Based on the gross income, I will set current child support at $546 per month beginning November 1st, 2024, with a step down of $437 to be ongoing until the disabilities are removed. And court costs will be assessed against Ms. Quayar to be paid 1 year from today's date. Does that address all of the issues, Ms. Ratliff?
I believe so, Your Honor.
Any party can ask for a new hearing on any of the issues I've ruled on today by filing a trial de novo with the Wilbarger District Clerk's Office within the next 3 days. It must be in writing. It must specify the portion of my ruling in which a new hearing is being requested, and notice must go out to all of the parties on the case. In addition to the standard possession order, and it will have this in the order, that the parties may have possession and access of the children as mutually agreed. So if there are other dates or other times in which you agree, you're certainly free to do that. That concludes today's hearing. Ms. Ratliff will draft the order, submit it to me for signature, and then a copy will go out to you, Ms. Quayar, and to you, Mr. De Santos. Thank you for being here. Good luck to you in the future.
Thank you.
Thank you.